I'm Yasuho with The Gamer, and here's how you build Wanderer from Genshin Impact. In case it wasn't obvious from his short cooldowns, fast attacks, and what he does to this poor Fatui in his character demo, Wanderer should be built as a main DPS. When using his elemental skill, his normal and charged attacks are buffed and he does not consume any stamina, meaning you can spam his charged attacks as much as you'd like. His best weapon for this role is his signature 5-star catalyst, Jade-claimed Remembrance. In typical Genshin fashion, however, they like to use a lot of words to describe simple passive abilities, so let me do my best to explain in Razor speech. After Wanderer uses skill, normal attack damage increases every second for 14 seconds. If Wanderer attacks an enemy during these 14 seconds, damage will increase even more. Damage buff disappears when Wanderer leaves or uses the skill again. Wanderer also gets an inherent increase to his normal attack speed by 10%. Its passive gives a nice 44.1% increase to his crit damage, making artifact substat rolling a bit easier. The only downside of this weapon is that you have to roll on the weapon banner. If you ran out of primos getting Wanderer or trying to get C6 Farazan and you got C12 Goro instead, other 5-star alternatives include Lost Prayers to the Sacred Winds. This is a great catalyst for Wanderer since he benefits from its passive due to being on field for a long period of time. The movement speed and crit rate increase are an added bonus. Skyward Atlas is another good choice for its elemental damage bonus and its high base attack. Memory of Dust can work as long as Wanderer has a shielder on his team. In terms of 4-star weapons, the classic Refinement 5 with Sif works well with Wanderer, provided he does not proc the Elemental Mastery increase since he does not rely on swirl damage. Wanderer's best artifact set is the Desert Pavilion Chronicle from the City of Gold Domain in the Sumeru Desert. While its 2-piece bonus provides a nice 15% increase to Wanderer's Anemo damage, its 4-piece bonus is the star of the show, buffing normal attack damage and speed, as well as increasing charged and plunging attack damage after a charged attack hits an enemy. However, since this artifact set was released at the same time as Wanderer, you probably don't have a perfect set yet. I know I don't. A good alternative is the 4-piece Shimenawa's Reminiscence, increasing his normal and charged attack at the cost of using his energy. As you grind for Wanderer's artifacts, there are certain stats each artifact type should have. While the Flower and Feather always have HP and attack as a main stat respectively, you should prioritize having their substats be either crit rate or damage, or both if possible. Attack percent is also a good substat to have alongside these two. As for the Sands, the main stat should be attack percent. While its substat should have crit damage and / or crit rate, you can try having energy recharge or elemental mastery as the other two substats. The Goblet should have a Nemo damage bonus as the main stat, with crit rate and / or crit damage and attack percent as its substats. Finally, the Circlet should either be crit rate or crit damage, depending on which you need the most. For example, if you have Jade-claimed Remembrance, using a crit rate circlet might be more beneficial since the weapon already provides a crit damage bonus. Vice versa for a weapon like Lost Prayers, which increases crit rate, meaning a crit damage circlet is better suited. Since getting specific substats, let alone main stats on artifacts is reliant on RNG, it's fine if you have a base defense substat on a piece with really good crit damage or crit rate. The examples provided are more to give an idea of what you should be looking for. In terms of what order you should level Wanderer's talents, it should be his normal attack, then skill, then burst. His normal attacks are where his damage mainly comes from, and leveling his normal attack talent increases its multipliers. His skill should be next, as it increases his normal and charged attack damage. Burst doesn't need as many levels as the other two, since it's just a way to tack on extra damage. The priority changes if you have Wanderer's constellations, however. C2 buffs his burst damage based on the current amount of skill points in his stamina bar, which means his elemental burst should be around the same level as his skill or normal attack talents. Even without constellations though, Wanderer remains a very fun character. For more Genshin guides and tips, check out thegamer.com. Thanks for watching.